Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available on my website. If you go to sharonbale.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's the page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day when you're working through your exam paper. So if you go to sharonbale.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And so now we're going to press on with the last question, and we're going to be looking at question 8. So if you turn with me to page 5, we're going to be looking at this last question of the first paper of this 2015 past paper booklet. So all of the questions are relating to this little extract of music here. I suggest you just have a go of this. I know that from 2018 onwards, these performance directions and musical terms will be presented to you in a multiple choice format. However, I suggest you just go on and give these their full definitions just because it's super revision to do that. Have a go at these. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, always write in pencil and you'll learn more thoroughly that way. Even if you make some mistakes, you can just rub it out and have another go. And so now I'm hoping you've had a crack at these and we'll look at these together. So let's give these their definitions. Andante means at a walking pace. That's your tempo direction. The 3 in the time signature, 3/4, the top number always tells us how many beats per bar, so that 3 means that there are 3 beats per bar. P is short for piano, which means quiet, or I suppose you could say soft or softly. This is an accent mark, so we accent the note. And here, this is a diminuendo sign. It's a dynamic sign, and you can see it's closing off, and so that tells us that it's gradually getting quieter. There we go. And so now we'll look at this next section of questions that will keep relating back to that melody, so we'll keep shuffling up and down the page. The melody is in the key of A minor. It asks us to draw a bracket over 3 notes next to each other that form the tonic triad in this key. So before we go looking, let's think what we're looking for. So the tonic triad is made up of the 1st, the 3rd and the 5th. If we're in A minor, the 1st is A, B, C is the 3rd, D, E is the 5th. If you find it difficult counting up like that in your head, you can either just write out the letters A, B, C, D, E and then 1, 3, 5, or you could even sketch out a quick piano keyboard and skip up that way. Whatever helps you to think that through. And so now we know that we're looking for A, C and E. May not be in that order, but they're the notes of the triad. So the first bar is an E, an A and a C. So straight away, there's our tonic triad. Rearranged, but a tonic triad nevertheless. That one obviously doesn't come into it. And again, we've got an A, C, E in the correct order here. So there's, well, not the correct order, but in the order that we've just worked it. It can go in any order. Just glancing through, I think that's it. So either one of those would be acceptable. So generally now a little question on our key signatures. Which other key signature has the same key which other key has the same key signature as A minor? We know that A minor is related to C major, and so they share a key signature of nothing. How many semiquavers or 16th notes is the last note of the melody worth? So here we've got a 3-beat note, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to diagram out a 1-beat just to save space really. So we know that 1 crotchet or 1 quarter note divides into 2 quavers or 2 eighth notes, which they divide again, so each crotchet is worth 4 semiquavers or 4 16th notes, and that's 1 beat, so we know we've got 3 beats worth, so we've got to times that by 3, so 4 times 3 is 12. So there's our answer, 12. Now we asked for a little bit of observation skill here. How many bars contain only crotchets? Read it in the right order. So we're looking for bars with only crotchets or quarter notes in. So let's have a look. So there's 1 there. That's got a mixture of crotchets and quavers. That won't do. There's 1 there. That's a mixture of different note values. That's a mixture. That's a mixture. That's a mixture. That's not got any at all in. So actually 2 bars only have got just crotchets or quarter notes. There we go. So underline one of the following words that best describes how you think bars 1 to 4 should be played. So let's have a look at bars 1 to 4. So what have we got to give us a clue? We've got these slur marks here that mean it should be played smoothly. It's legato. If it was staccato, we'd see lots of dots over the notes or underneath the notes. And then finally comes the easiest 10 marks of the whole paper. We're asked to copy out the music, so we're just getting marked on our neatness and accuracy of copying. So just be careful to copy the correct bit. It says here from the start of bar 1 to the end of bar 4. That isn't always the case, so just be careful. We need to copy it exactly as it's written, and they even remind us and give us a little checklist of all the features to include, but basically include everything. And so I'm going to just map out my bar lines, and I'm going to keep it exactly aligned to there so I don't get lost. So we're just going to sketch out all the nuts and bolts, and then we know we're not going to run out of space, so we need a treble clef. There is no key signature, but we've got a time signature. We've got the tempo marking andante, and then we're going to have some dynamic markings as well. I'll put those in afterwards. So now you can do this in any order you like. I prefer to get the blobs in first, but it doesn't really matter as long as you copy everything neatly and accurately. So do everything in your power to earn every single one of those 10 marks, because it's an absolute gift just to be copying. By all means use a ruler if that helps. I'm just trying to be quick. But in the exam you'll actually have loads of time if you plan your time carefully. So that needs a slur, that needs an accent, and a slur, that needs a slur, that needs a slur. This is P. This is a crescendo, diminuendo, and I think that's everything. There we go then. So that's the end of that question. That's also the end of this paper. So I hope that that's been of benefit to you. I hope that's been helpful to you. I certainly hope that you've enjoyed it. I have. I'm enjoying working through these with you. Thanks for watching. Please, if you can give me a like, that would be fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please also do go to sharonbale.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.